Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you're a Golden State Warriors fan. When talking about this season, I'm gonna be honest. The Warriors right now, they're not doing so well, but I know this for sure. Next season, they're gonna be one of the best teams in the NBA. And with that being said, I believe this upcoming offseason, the Warriors are going to be very busy as they don't want to waste another Stephen Curry year. They're going to try to sign the perfect free agents to fill out a perfect roster. So if you're a big Golden State Warriors fan and know some players that would help Stephen Curry and of course Klay Thompson be better, you're going to like this. But quickly, before I get out of the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Warriors. If you go to the Western Conference standings right now, you're going to be very surprised to see that the Warriors are not at the top of the standings. The Warriors are struggling this season, and from what it looks like, they don't want to give up. They're still going to try and make the playoffs. But I believe that even if they do, they're not going to go as far as even the second round. As I make this video, the Warriors have a record of 23-26, which ranks them as the 10th seed in the Western Conference. As a Warriors fan, I simply want to see them higher in the rankings. But I quickly want to say something about you Warrior fans about next season. When it comes to the Warriors being competitive, they're going to be one of the best teams, as of course, they're going to be getting Klay Thompson back. This year is kind of a big comeback year for Steph. We all know Steph missed the majority of last season. This year is kind of getting back into the groove while Steph is still in his prime. But next season, with an Andrew Wiggins that built chemistry, with the James Wiseman that's getting better game by game, getting more established as a young center, if the Warriors' two superstars can be healthy, Steph and Klay, I believe they're going to be a top 2 seed in the West. But when talking about this summer, I do believe a great execution when it comes to the offseason is very important. I believe Bob Myers, the general manager, knows that Stephen Curry is getting older. They don't want to waste another prime year, which is why signing the perfect free agents to fill up their roster and give them the better chance at winning another championship, that's going to be their go-to goal. And with the Warriors having some available roster spots for next season, this offseason is going to be very important. Going into next season, the Warriors have about 13 players on their roster. 2 players that they're going to be losing this offseason is Kelly Oubre Jr. He's going to be a UFA, an unrestricted free agent. And they're also going to be losing Kent Bazemore when talking about the offseason. They could definitely re-sign them, but I do believe in the free agency market, there are better options. And that's why for this video, I'm going to be talking about the best available free agents when it comes to ultimately making the Warriors better. And of course, surrounding Stephen Curry, Klay and Draymond with the best role players and best assets. For this video, I'm only going to be talking about 5. There are so many free agents out there that I believe the Warriors will be targeting, but the 5 that I'm putting out today, I believe, are the best case scenarios. But I do want you guys to keep this in mind. Going into the offseason, the Warriors might not have a lot of money to spend. I believe the most money they can offer somebody is a mid-level exception, which is about $10 million. So a lot of these players might have to take a pay cut if they ultimately want a good chance at a championship. The first player on this list is DeMarcus Cousins, and he's one of the most popular free agents that Warrior fans want. When talking about the Warriors roster this season, the biggest flaw they have in the rotation is definitely at their front court. They need an interior presence, somebody that can be a dominant force in the paint and kind of be a go-to guy, but also at a cheap price. I believe with DeMarcus Cousins having that skill set, having the NBA experience as an NBA All-Star, he will be a great fit to go alongside Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, and we all know this, they were teammates 2 years ago. Of course, over the past few seasons, DeMarcus Cousins' value in the NBA has took a decrease due to his injuries, due to his off-court issues, but I do believe right now he's kind of in the zone and kind of in the situation where he wants a fresh start. go to a team that has a high fan base to show the NBA what his value could be going forward. This season so far, he played about 25 games with the Rockets, and of course the Rockets ultimately ended up waiving him only because they were uncompetitive. DeMarcus Cousins wants to be on a championship contender. From what we're hearing as I'm making this video, he's going to be signing with the Clippers on a 1-year deal, first a 10-day contract, and ultimately going into the offseason. So what I'm trying to say is that I believe the Warriors are going to be watching Boogie this year while he plays for the Clippers, and of course in the offseason when he's a UFA, try to bring him in for about $5 million. I believe Boogie will accept that. In the 25 games DeMarcus Cousins played for the Rockets this year, he's actually been healthy, and he started in some of those games when Christian Wood got injured. I believe he's in the upward motion on getting healthier and getting better. With the Warriors having a second-year James Wiseman, I do believe James is going to be their future center, but having somebody like Boogie who can teach him all of the inside paint presence plays, the post-up back-to-basket plays, and simply be a mentor, somebody to give advice to, it will be great for James Wiseman's development. But the next player on this list is another center, and that's talking about Dwight Howard, who recently just signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. When talking about Dwight Howard, I'm gonna be honest, he did a great job at kind of rejuvenating his career and showing the NBA that he still has value to an NBA team. Literally 2 years ago, Dwight Howard was kind of struggling to find a roster spot in the NBA, but of course after the Lakers gave him a chance, he was a big part of why they won the NBA championship, and that's why his stock market is increasing every single game, every single day. What's very special about Dwight Howard is his NBA experience. We all know he is an all-star player, potentially a Hall of Famer. He used to be a Defensive Player of the Year player, and one thing's for sure, that experience, that veteran leadership could be a big boost to the Warriors' front court. My favorite part about Dwight Howard is his aggressiveness in the paint. He's a great offensive rebounder, a pretty good post player, and that's why I believe with the Warriors having a lot of shooters, Dwight Howard could be a great inside presence that could simply be a big threat. This year, playing for the Philadelphia 76ers, Dwight Howard is having a pretty good season when it comes to being a center off the bench. I do believe this upcoming offseason, he's going to get a lot of attention from championship contenders, and with the Warriors being one of the most favorite teams in the NBA with the biggest fan base, Dwight Howard is a great locker room presence, can bring an energy boost off the bench. I believe it's a match made in heaven, ultimately, if Boogie does not come. I prioritize Boogie over Dwight Howard only because Boogie can shoot the ball. Dwight Howard literally has no jump shot, but when it comes to inside the paint, Dwight Howard definitely has the edge. The next player on this list is JaVale McGee right now of the Denver Nuggets, and I believe he's a great option, of course, if Dwight Howard and DeMarcus Cousins is unavailable. He's a center that could simply be a great spark plug off the bench for the Warriors, and we all know this, JaVale McGee actually won an NBA championship with them in 2018. After being a big part of the Warriors championship team, being a big part of the Lakers team, JaVale McGee has a lot of value in the NBA when it comes to a rim runner, a rim protector, and simply be a high energy center, and that's why I believe with the Warriors needing somebody like that to simply boost the team's morale. JaVale has been a very popular target, even during this year's NBA trade deadline. Of course, ultimately the Nuggets ended up trading for him, which I believe was a great move for the Denver Nuggets, but when it comes to this free agency, he's gonna be a UFA, which means any NBA team can sign him. With the Golden State Warriors running a lot of pick and rolls with Stephen Curry and of course Draymond Green, JaVale McGee can kind of come in and show James Wiseman how to be effective at that position. I do believe Wiseman is better than JaVale McGee when it comes to a futuristic point of view, and also James Wiseman has a better jump shot, but when it comes to finishing at the rim, JaVale McGee has that experience, he has that confidence, and honestly, JaVale McGee coming off the bench for James Wiseman, let's say James Wiseman gets into foul trouble, it's a great idea for a rotational set for the Warriors. I do like DeMarcus Cousins best and then Dwight Howard, but of course if they can't get those two, JaVale McGee is a viable option as well. The next player on this list is PJ Tucker right now of the Milwaukee Bucks, and when talking about a front court player that plays the power forward position that could be a 3-and-D threat, a lockdown defender, but also be a good floor spacer, Tucker is one of the best available when it comes to open free agency this summer. With so many NBA teams competing for an NBA championship, I do believe Tucker is going to get a lot of attention from a lot of teams that might actually pay him more money than the Warriors can offer, but the point is, I believe the Warriors have to try. And as I mentioned earlier, with the Warriors right now needing a bench presence, kind of a leader off the bench, Tucker would be a great idea and could simply be a player in a small ball lineup situation. A big part of the Warriors playbook is shooting the three, and with Tucker being one of the best corner shooters in the NBA, best corner specialist in NBA history, I believe he'll be a great offensive threat when it comes to those driving kicks with Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. Tucker wants to win an NBA championship, and with the Warriors next year hoping to be one of the best teams, maybe offering him about $5 million, it wouldn't be a bad idea for a one-year deal. And the last free agent on this list is Jeremy Lin, guys, and I'm gonna keep saying this and saying this. I want to see Linsanity back in the NBA, and I believe the Warriors is the perfect team for him. The last time we saw Jeremy Lin was during the NBA G League. He was a part of the Santa Cruz Warriors, and I believe during that time, Jeremy Lin showed the NBA that he still has a lot to bring to the table, especially as a backup point guard. A big part of why Jeremy Lin is being linked to the Warriors is because of his relationship with Stephen Curry. Those guys are actually good friends, and as we speak, I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors sign Jeremy Lin for the rest of this season. We all know the Warriors just traded away Brad Wanamaker to make space for another free agent to hopefully go to the playoffs, and I believe signing Jeremy Lin, if they have playoff contention hope, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Lin would be a great floor general and point guard off the bench to simply be a leader and a playmaker. During the NBA G League this year, Jeremy Lin averaged about 16 points, 6 assists per game, and I believe with those numbers, he deserves to be the NBA once again. Everybody out there wants to see Linsanity back. So if you're a Warriors exec and you're watching this video, come on guys, sign Jeremy Lin. It's gonna make the NBA go crazy. But ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about 5 free agents that I believe the Warriors should sign when it comes to this offseason. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Which one of these free agents do you believe is the best for the Warriors? Are there any other out there that you believe will be great targets? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!